This is a big deal out of the NBA. Obviously, at their biggest point in the season, Mark Stein is reporting that the NBA has officially launched an investigation to make sure a Twitter account does not belong to 19-year referee Eric Lewis. So let me break this down. This stuff has been floating on the internet for years now that Eric is a Boston Celtics fan. I didn't look into it much, but it's starting to pick up some steam. There is a Twitter account by the name of Blair Cutliff, with the handle being Cutliff Blair, and it tweets a lot of stuff that's biased towards certain teams. There are a lot of comments made about games. For those who don't know, refs are not allowed to comment on games anywhere without the NBA's authorization. The Twitter account had an AOL email. Obviously, you can't even make AOL emails anymore. So the assumption is whomever had this email, number one, is probably older to still be rocking an AOL email. But number two, it would have been an account that would have been made a while back. Somebody was able to find that AOL email, and they're claiming that they've been able to connect it to Eric Lewis. I'm not so sure if that portion of the story is true. But what I do want you to understand is that the NBA is officially investigating to make sure that this account does not belong to Eric Lewis. Again, they say he's a big-time Celtics fan that obviously would have some clear bias towards Boston. He's officiated over 82 playoff games. He's done 6 NBA Finals games over the last few years. Obviously, this would be bad. A lot of people are bringing up one game that Eric Lewis did officiate specifically this season, which the Lakers were in Boston, middle of the year, and LeBron's going up for a layup to win the game at the buzzer, and Eric doesn't call a foul. He was one of the officials that could have made that call. Laker Nation's complaining a lot. I'm a Laker fan, and even I know they complain a lot about everything. They feel like the league is against them for some reason. It was a weird no call. I'm not mad at it for not being called. You know, sometimes the refs want to leave it in the hands of the players, right? They don't want to overuse the whistle late in games. But if this is true about this Twitter account being associated with him, with Eric Lewis, this is a big deal. And it took LeBron to Twitter, and this is the biggest athlete in the sport, saying, yo, is this Eric Lewis stuff true? And obviously Patrick Beverley was on the Lakers at the time, and he got a technical foul. I believe Eric gave him that tee in that same game after he went over with his camera trying to show Eric that he missed a call. I think that's going to clearly get you a technical foul. But nevertheless, this is a big-time story. Now, we just talked about on this platform the other day when I was like, yo, no, I don't believe that the NBA is rigged from a script perspective. So many people trying to convince themselves and trying to convince me that the NBA is rigged to the point where they have a script that the commissioner makes for each season. I think that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my entire life. I think it's stupid. Now, what you won't hear me say is that a ref couldn't be throwing games. Obviously, I hope this is not true, and I hope that that Twitter account is not associated with Eric whatsoever. That would be very bad. But I don't know what's in a ref's heart. That's way different from what we were talking about with there's a script and they put little fake scripts on the internet, and so it showed that the Lakers were supposed to beat the Celtics. I was like, yo, okay, if the NBA is rigged and there's a script, why did the Lakers lose in 4 games? And at the time I made my video, the Celtics were down 3-0, right? I don't believe there's a script. But what I would never tell you is that a ref can't rig a game. I don't know what's on a ref's heart. I mean, they're humans like we humans. I don't know that. Hopefully that's not the case. But that's something you'll never hear me say from that perspective. Games can't be fixed. I don't think the season is scripted, but a game can definitely be fixed. I mean, we obviously remember the Tim Donaghy story. That ain't too far. Look, I was old enough to remember that story, so we're not too far removed from that one. Again, hopefully this is nothing. But you got LeBron on Twitter commenting on this, the biggest athlete in your sport, saying, yo, bro, is this true? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Eric Lewis apparently is being investigated just to make sure that this Twitter account that has since been deleted had nothing to do with him. It was not him behind the scenes talking about games. We know people have burner accounts, and if this is true, this would be an awful look for the league. I mean, for obvious reasons, fans pay thousands of dollars for tickets. Some of them do. You talking about gambling, which is his own set of problems. If there's somebody fixing games. I mean, the integrity of the sport. There would be so many things that could go wrong with this one. Hopefully it's not true. We'll let you know an update on the NBA's investigation.